Hey everybody. Hey everybody. So I wanted to do a quick video kind of recapping what we went over as far as utilizing MLS, pulling market data, being able to use ChatGPT to distill that information, and then how we can go about making Instagram carousel for that. So I am going to share my screen. And the first thing that I am going to do is come up to MLS. And inside of MLS, we want to go to Tools. For the purpose of this particular session, we're going to talk about Market Area Review Report. Just to make this easy, we're going to do year over year. But please know, drop-down menu, you can do 5-year market review, quarterly area market review, which obviously works better at the end of the quarters. We're just going to do, for ease, single families. We'll come down here and we're going to do, which we did already today, which was, why can't I find Medford? All right, and then we're just going to run this report. And you're going to be able to see all of the data on the first page. Second page is going to be the charts. And this information is going to basically compare this day last year versus today this year. So I've already downloaded this, so I'm not going to create and download again. But once you and you can download simply by going up to this little option and drop down to PDF. Now, when you go to ChatGPT, I am going to write in here, attached is a market report for real estate in Medford, Mass. Please review this information and summarize so that it is easy to understand for buyers and sellers. And now all I'm going to do is hit the attach button, and I'm going to add a file. And when I come in here, I know this happens to be the report, so I'm going to add this PDF to the report, and then I'm just going to simply hit the enter button. And now ChatGPT is going to analyze this information for you. So they're going to do a market review, takeaways for buyers, takeaway for sellers, and what you're able to do, because I've already kind of done this in preparation for this morning's meetings, it's already got this second prompt in here about newsletter style or Instagram carousels. So I want to just go back into the Ask Anything. My original prompt for this was, you are a professional newsletter writer. Please provide the content that I would need for my email newsletter. So now what you're going to be able to do is you can either put this into Constant Contact, a MailChimp, or you can pretty much just copy and paste this into your into an email. And so it takes that information, distills it down into a little bit more of a call to action as well as a signature. And now I want to basically go in and ask it for, please provide this information for an Instagram carousel. And so now it's distilling this into a particular layout that you could use for an Instagram carousel. What I want to be able to do now is literally just come up to where it says slide 1 And you're going to go all the way down to the very last one, hit copy, and now I'm going up to gamma. We've gone over this a couple times, but we're going to create a new one here on this video where we are going to once again use the paste and text. We really want to make sure that this is social and it's set as square for the carousel. And now what we want to be able to do is hit paste. And I'm going to come all the way down. We want to generate it from notes or an outline and continue to the prompt editor. And now we want to go card by card, so it makes it, what will be image by image for the carousel. But always remember, you need to come down and give it some additional notes. So we want to say professional, specific, and geared to home buyers and sellers in, what did I do? Too many. There we go. Sellers in Medford, Mass. And now I am going to hit generate. And it's generating for us. So this is actually going to create everything that you might need to do or create in order to post this on your Instagram. And I'm being pretty quiet as we watch all of this. And so this video right now is 7 minutes and 10 seconds long. And we've already pulled, so now basically I'll go back to this where we're going back to the very top where you're going to be able to see one. So talking about Medford, Mass. You can go in and obviously edit all of this, but sometimes done is better than perfect, except you want to make sure that you're actively reading through the information to make sure it's accurate. This is now basically all of the slides that you would need for a carousel, including the DM call to action that you would want them to communicate with you via Instagram. And that took 7 minutes and 52 seconds. And then what we would be able to do is you could save this, but if we go back to the prompt, actually I want to do something slightly different. I want to go back, sorry, we would have saved that. Now we want to create new, go back to this, do the presentation style instead, same information with the slides, generate it, go to the prompt editor, and now what we would want to do is go back into here. This is going to be professional, specific, and built as a lead magnet. And now we are going to basically generate the same exact thing. However, when this gets generated, this is not going to be built specifically for a Instagram carousel. It's now going to be more of a presentation. So when we showed the slides before with the social media where it says DM me the word Medford, what you would be able to do is now take this version, which has very similar information. Obviously, it's the same thing, but you would be able to actually send this to them as an actual report, where obviously now we get to see where we've got some charts in here, where this is obviously giving it more context than it would have in a basically social media platform, all with the same exact information on here. And now if someone DM'd you, or they emailed or reached out or texted and said, hey, can you send me a little bit more detailed information? You would then be able to take this particular report itself and send that to them as your lead magnet. And once again, let's just go to the top. Once again, a lead magnet is something that valuable information that you give for free in exchange for people's contact information. So now you have this entire presentation built for you that is going to have the same content that we pulled. And obviously you're going to change this image where you don't want Acme Real Estate, but for the purpose of this, we are now done. So I'm going to stop sharing and come back to the recording. And you've been able to see that in less than 11 minutes, we have been able to pull market data, have that distilled down for information that would be accessible and understandable to buyers and sellers. You've been able to create a newsletter. You have been able to create a Instagram reel, and you've been able to turn that into a report that you can use as a lead magnet. And this video is now 11 minutes.